Good morning, afternoon, evening, guys. We're back with another random tier list. Today, talking about spring break, as at least schools around here are starting on spring break. I've heard some sorry people don't have that until like Easter time, but for those people around here, don't want to, give you guys my GeoIP location here, but people around me have spring break right now, so that's pretty exciting. Now, I could do a tier list about debaucherous things to do during spring break, but I thought I'd make this a little family friendly, so I Googled family fun things to do spring break, and I found a site, All Pro Dad. That sounds pretty, family friendly. And that'll be linked down in the description down below. So I took their 10 ideas, and we're going to rank them here today from S to D. I've been gone for a couple of days, guys, but if you like random tier lists each and every day, almost, definitely subscribe to the channel, leave a like, any of that stuff. Really, really helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, the first thing we have on this list, this is an outdoor gazebo, and the description of this one was outdoor project. So, right, a lot of us, we put off some big project we want to do around the house or outdoor specifically, like building a gazebo, building a shed, fixing up the yard, whatever. And for this one, it's saying, it's spring break, you got some time off maybe, now's the time to do it. I'm going to go ahead and put this into a C tier. That doesn't sound very fun to do on my spring break. Probably is necessary, but I do think that big projects are cool when you're able to get them done a little bit at a time. But I guess if you're able to knock it out, I don't know. I don't own a house myself, so I might be a bad judge of this one. Sorry. Next up, we have backyard fun. Definitely if you have a family and you got that slip and slide. Do kids still use those? I don't know. You got that slip and slide out there. Kids running around. You could turn your backyard into some backdoor fun. I think that's going to be pretty cool. But C tier for me. Again, something you could probably do anytime. Not going to be, the greatest. Well, it's going to be fun. All these are fun, right? Let's be honest. But C tier. Next up, we have a food tour. This is another C tier. C tier is like, could do this anytime. Let's change the name to that. And we'll actually move the build a gazebo up to B tier because you do need a little section of time here. But these two right here, playing in your backyard and having a food tour, that's going to those wacky hole-in-the-wall places that you've always been meaning to go to. You can pick out a Saturday to do that. In fact, I think it's nice when you pick out a day to do these types of things during the week, on your day off or whatever. Be that on the weekend or if you work on the weekends, if you have Wednesday off, whatever. I actually think it's nice to fit these things in during the regular week. On spring break, I'd want to do something, cooler. The beach, I'm going to go ahead and put in A tier. Where I live, the beach is not that far away. Definitely an A tier. When you think of spring break, you just think of beach. But the reason I'm not putting it in S tier is where I live and where a lot of people live, where the beach is an option. It is something that you can go to more often than, just for spring break. And I think that if you're gonna do something for spring break, sometimes there's an opportunity to take a trip the last couple days. This list is totally subjective. Let me know in the comments what you guys think on all of this. I'm realizing this the more I talk. National Park, I'm going to put in A tier. National Parks usually, at least around me, and the ones I know of, are far-ish away, and a lot of them you want to stay a day or two to see, or you just want to stay in that area. So yeah, it's going to be hard to do that when you don't have some time off. So yeah, I'd say National Park. Step up from beach there, not because the National Park is better than the beach, but because I think it's more, it serves you more to have that block of time to do that during the spring break. Wacky destinations. This is somewhere I've been on a couple road trips, actually. These are two giant dinosaurs, and you can actually go up inside of them. One of them is a gift shop. So visiting some crazy, wacky places like that, I'm not opposed to that idea. It just doesn't sound like spring break to me for some reason. That sounds like more summer break to me, or winter break if it's not super snowy where you live. I don't know. I'm gonna put that in D tier. It doesn't sound bad, but it doesn't really scream spring break to me. Something that does scream that though is rent an RV. I didn't actually know you could rent an RV, and there's a couple people in my life that when they hear this video, they're going to dash to the phone and try to rent one because, well, maybe they already knew that, but I didn't. So yeah, rent an RV. Could use it to go to that national park. I think that's an awesome spring break activity. You got some time off, be that a week, 2 weeks, whatever. Spend that time traveling, doing something you can't normally do. Something you can only do 1 month out of the year is go to spring training baseball. If you guys have watched any amount of my videos on this channel, last couple weeks especially, you know I'm a big baseball fan. Spring training baseball is one of my favorite times of year for going to watch baseball. Whether you're a baseball fan or not, you know, just picture this: you're going out with the boys, with the family, right? You go to a game at noon, you go to a game at 5 o'clock, you know, in the evening. You can go to 2, sometimes even 3 games in one day. See all these young guys, these young kids that are going to be superstars in a couple years. Really awesome opportunity. Tickets are usually fairly cheap as well, so that's awesome. Next up here we have volunteer. I think volunteer is actually a cool one here in B tier because it is something you could do anytime, but some volunteer opportunities are actually maybe multi-day events. Or maybe something where you're able to do a few hours one day, a few hours another day. You're able to rack up some hours there over the course of the day. I guess it really depends what that volunteer activity is, but I think that's a really out-of-the-box idea. I think that's a cool one. Yeah, I'm going to put that in B tier. Next one here, we have cooking together. Now this one I'm also going to put in B tier because I think that it's something that you definitely could do on spring break, but similar to these other ones, you know what, you could probably do this anytime. I'd rather do the food tour on spring break because at least you're getting out and doing something. Hopefully the weather's nice. The cooking, you could do this anytime, honestly. Yeah, so that's where I'd put that. Yeah. What do you guys think about these? Did I put them in the right place? Should beach have been up in its own tier? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I hope your spring breaks, or at least just your springs, not everybody gets a break. I hope your springs go well, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. That's because this has been the guy who makes random tier lists. And I'm signing off.